Now we know how to run a basic SQL query using select and from and also specifying columns. Now let's learn how to use the where clause. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this query, and let's go ahead and select from a different table. So I'm just going to select star from. I'll start typing in order lines, and at that point let's click F5. I'm pulling back all of the rows from order lines table. So this is a new table. We have different columns here. We see that this table is a little bit bigger. Took 54 seconds to pull back 231,000 rows. But you see that this table is going to give us more numerical information about specific order lines. We see that we have sold a certain quantity of a certain unit price. We can use those two columns in order to calculate a total revenue. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But from this, I want to show you how we can filter down these 231,000 rows into smaller results that fit a certain criteria that we specify. So in order to do that, after your from, you can type in where, and we can specify a column name. So I'm going to say where unit price is less than 50, and let's go ahead and click F5 and run that query. We see that we have 206,000 rows, so we just omitted about 25,000 rows. We can also specify multiple conditions in our where clause. Let's just skip down a line and type in and we can specify a different column now. Say and quantity is greater than 20. Let's click F5 again. We now only have 88 rows. Instead of and, we can also use or keyword and say or, and that's going to change it because we were saying that we wanted the unit price less than 50 and quantity greater than 20. Now it's if the unit price is less than 50 or quantity is greater than 20. So it's going to add some rows to our result set. Now we're going to look at total of 212. We can even mix and match ands or ors with parentheses. So if I actually want to throw parentheses in front of quantity and say or quantity is greater than 20 and quantity is less than 50, all within parentheses, this or is now looking at the entire clause here. So it's saying where unit price is less than 50 or quantity is greater than 20 and quantity is less than 50. So with that, we'll go ahead and click F5 again. We see that our result is 207,000 rows. You also have the option to reverse any of these clauses. Let's get rid of this last line. You can also say where not unit price is less than 50, and that basically means that the unit price is greater than or equal to 50. So it's just another way to go about it. You might find that useful in certain cases, probably not that often though. Those are the basics keyword in order to filter down your data set. Pretty easy to do so, just remember to put it after the from clause. So it goes as we've learned so far as select, from, and where. We're going to be adding more and more clauses to our SQL query, but these are the three that we know so far.